main thing is our whole check-in process. I mean, the girls used to just sort of, we were in the gym and they just flow into the gym and everybody's high-fiving each other and everything. Now, I mean, everything's just so different. So as you saw when you got here, as everybody comes in, everybody has kind of their assigned spots. And you know, I know it's 6 feet, but we're staying about 10 feet apart on our assigned spots. And so it's just different. I mean, so just right from the beginning of practice, they're separated, and then you've got to keep them that way the whole entire time. It's been challenging because you're breaking habits, you know, with these athletes that are used to, you know, patting each other on the back, high-five, and all these things, and now they're, you know, not able to do that. So I'd say the first week of practice was the toughest, but now all the protocols, everybody's, as you can see, everybody's pretty much used to the new normal. But you know, we have the written word from the school district, so we just abide by everything, you know, in that documentation. For me, this has been extremely tough. It's not natural as an athlete in a team sport to, you know, be isolated. So for these girls to come out, to put in the work that they're putting in with these strange, you know, or, you know, abnormal, I shouldn't say strange, they're good, but with these abnormal protocols in place and having to kind of relearn these things. So for them to do this with no promise of any gameplay or an actual season, they're still showing up, putting in the work, and keeping themselves in shape and ready to go. So I really admire what they're doing here, and we're just trying to provide the coaches, other coaches, and I are just trying to provide the best platform that we can for them to be able to do that.
Well, getting out here has been really positive for my team because we're getting out of the house and away from the computer, so we're able to socialize but staying distance. So it's nice that we just bring our good attitude and our ball and our mask, and we're able to still get better just in a different way. So the coaches are really good about being a constant reminder about masks and hand sanitizer. So our drills are looking a little different. We're way more spread out instead of just in a long line vertically. We're like lengthed out along the courts, and definitely just going a lot slower, just making sure the person in front of us is totally done before we start.
The way that we are focusing on our practice now to keep all the kids safe and to keep us safe is that we've got everybody 6 feet apart. Everybody has to ask a handful of health questions before they get here. They have to answer no to all of them. And then we ask that they sanitize as soon as they get out of the car, their hands as soon as they get out of the car, that they have their masks on to practice and through practice and then away from practice. All of the stations that we have set up during the exercise portion of our practice are 6 feet apart, and we keep our masks on during that as well. We're doing fitness, core strength, and things to strengthen their body without weights. We're moving into practice, going to a throwing. We're doing 15 minutes of throwing, and we have one partner. We sanitize everybody's hands before, and they have one partner that they work with and only share that ball with. Then we collect the throwing balls after that, put them in a bucket and sanitize them. It was sad that we lost our season last year, and we're hopeful that we'll get a season this year. The boys have responded well. These are all voluntary workouts that we're having here, and before we were allowed to use a ball, we literally worked out for an hour straight, and they were hard workouts, and we had a full roster of kids here almost every time coming out here to work on that. And during stretches and warm-ups, I typically like them to focus on what we're going to be doing, how we're going to be doing it, but they started socializing, and I realized that that was a more important part of the time that we had together than it was focusing on what was going to do next. One of my seniors commented to me that the only time that he's felt like a senior this year was when he was out here on the baseball field. So I know that the reward that they have for being out here and working hard is more than just the skills that they're acquiring for baseball or for fitness right now, but to be together and to work out has been huge for them.
I'm a senior this year, so junior, senior year are kind of big years to to be able to play baseball, and last year was cut short, and it's very discouraging at times, you know, not being able to finish that season and then come out here and continue for my senior season. But I told Coach Stevens when we first started coming out here that this was the only time I truly felt like a senior this year. There's been a lot of lack of interaction with students at school and my friends, so I think being able to come out here has really restored some of that connection and bonding with teammates. I was the captain on varsity last year, so it definitely gives me some hope. I'm a pretty optimistic person, so just being out here teaching the freshman stuff. I remember when I was a freshman, and it's intimidating, especially right now, not being able to be on campus or meet anybody. I think it helps them a lot having leadership out here to be able to tell them that there's always a positive side to things, and getting through something means there's a way out.